Hey YouTube, welcome to the farm. This is Joe. Early December here, and as you can see, we got snow on the ground. But we've got work to do. You're always a little bit behind. You get ahead in some areas and behind in others. So today we're going to spread out a little bit of straw on the strawberries. As you can see here, these are my small strawberry patch. This is my perennial end of my garden. You can see where the white is where the strawberries are. You can see a few leaves poking through. Try to not make it too shaky on you. And so what we need to do is we need to get straw down on top of the strawberry beds. And this is going to do a few things for us. The biggest thing is that we don't always have snow. If we always had snow on top of them, that would be good. We don't want our strawberries to dry out during the winter. If we don't have snow, we get the cold and the wind, they dry out, they die. But the biggest thing is we don't want them to start initiating growth too early. Usually I like to decide when that growth starts, so we'll peel them off usually early April, and they'll come back, spring back to life. This little patch here, I've got 60 30-foot rows here, and this will produce right around 80 to 100 quarts of strawberries. I've got 2 rows right here that will be getting tilled under, and I actually got the strawberry plants for those already. Back of the white whale here, I've got a big round bale of straw, and this will be enough straw to bed these strawberries, to put my wife's herb garden to bed, and that will also be enough straw to take care of the chicken house for almost a year. I paid $35 for the straw bale. It's been housed inside. It's got a little bit of moisture on the bottom where it sat on the ground. But for $35, that's about 18 square bales of straw. $35, that's about half the cost. You do have to store it. It's a little messier to store a round bale, but that is your most cost-effective way of storing. So I'm going to get to work, and I will show you some of the work and show you some of the results. So come join me. Early December, we're expecting some rain. I got the straw bale and the truck backed underneath the barn so that straw is not much useful if it's wet. So I got it in here. We got a little sprinkling going on. Probably gonna be some nasty freezing rain. You roll with it, don't you? So what I did was I used that lift to lift it back on the truck, and I wrapped it in a tarp, put a tow strap around it. Now I'm going to move it over to its winter location, if you will. If you don't harness this up, I will probably lose some straw, but if you just try to muscle it over there, you're gonna have a big pile of straw. Yeah, it's a big hot mess. It's already going to be a hot mess, so let's try to minimize the hot messedness. Makes sense? So let's see this get lowered down, and then we'll try to use the dolly as much as we can to move it over. This is where the straw will be housed. You can see I put a different strap on. Keep a tarp kind of around it just to contain it. I'll have to do this a few times. As long as I don't move it, it doesn't become a complete, it just unravels. But you know, we're trying to save a buck, save energy. But a complete mess isn't helpful at all. So let's go outside and see what we finished. So I have the perennial herb garden kind of strawed down and bedded, and this has been a real blessing. We have some just plain old Shasta style daisies, and then we have some of the cooking herbs. Usually we got enough to dry a little bit. Probably if we wanted to have a year's worth of herbs, we'd have to expand from this, but this is nice and close, and it's been helpful. Starting to rain. So once again, this is the perennial end of my garden. So this is my strawberries. I've got some horseradish in here, lots of rhubarb, some asparagus, those kind of things. And so asparagus I'm not so much worried about, frost prevention, but the rhubarb and then the strawberries, and you can see that we bedded them down. Right here, I have my strawberry plants that I will plant along this touch. So I figure sometime during the winter we will have, it might be this week, we're gonna have a melt, and I will get in with the big tiller and till that area under, probably even prep some of the beds, and then we will plant, sometimes we plant in February or March. First year strawberries, kind of, you're not in a race. You got all summer to kind of develop their growth. So they don't get planted till, you want to get them planted before they start growing, but not a big race. So, so big old round bales of straw. It's a little bit more of a mess, but you're saving a whole lot more one trip versus, you know, 18 bales in that truck, that wouldn't be that much. But let you look at the chickens behind me. 18 bales in a pickup truck, that's not much. But your cost savings, especially some of you guys that are bigger and bigger and bigger, anytime you can save half, do it. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for spending your time with me. How do you guys bed down your strawberries? I know some of you guys are down south. Is this something you worry about, or do you have strawberries in March? Yeah, kind of bright out here. Take care. Bye.